Okay, so part 2 of our planting corn into less than ideal conditions. So carrying on at our Tavistock Research Farm, what we have here is our flagged emergence test on 3 different planting dates. If we remember back to the middle of May, the early part of May I guess, we heard lots of cold weather coming, a cold rain event coming just prior to Mother's Day. And so we got the idea to put a couple of hybrids in at different planting dates here and just see how different hybrids emerge under tough conditions. So what we did is we took 2 rows of a corn hybrid with lower seedling vigor ratings. If you look at the seed guides of what you're planting and you look at kind of the poor or lower ratings for vigor and emergence, and we planted this for 2 rows on this side. And on these 2 rows behind me, we chose the hybrid that had the best early season vigor ratings. And we wanted to see how those 2 extreme hybrids, from a vigor standpoint, emerged in less than ideal conditions. And so these first 4 rows, 2 hybrids planted here, were planted on Wednesday, May the 6th. And the average air temperature that day was 10 degrees. And as we zoom in here on the plants, you can see on this side here, the orange flags indicate what plants emerged on day 1. And as you can see down there, there's mostly orange flags. About 80% of this hybrid emerged on day 1. And if you look on the left-hand side, you can see the different colors there. And those different colored flags indicate plants that emerged on day 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so not very many orange flags on that side in that hybrid. And that's kind of what we expected, planting into cool soil conditions. And so it'll be interesting to see and watch this play out through the season. We're hoping to hand harvest some of this in the fall and try to get an idea on how those plants that emerged at different stages develop the ear on that later emerging plant. Okay, so just to finish up this portion here, what we did on these 8 rows here, we took again those same 2 hybrids and we planted this set on Thursday, May the 7th, the next set on Friday, May 8th, and again, leading up into that Mother's Day weekend, they had rain forecast that weekend. And some areas did get rain. The rain in Middlesex County came after supper on Sunday, May the 10th. And we got anywhere from a ½ inch to 3/4, and that varied across the province for sure. But a lot of us woke up Monday morning to snow on the ground. And we all were scratching our head and wondering what this corn would emerge like a few weeks later. And so we got an interesting little demo here that we're going to follow through the season. We've also got some pictures from flagged emergence tests that we did in actual fields. We had one corn plot that was planted on Sunday, May the 10th, and we had a couple of growers that also planted that day. They felt conditions were good, felt that in their local area they weren't going to get as much rainfall as was originally forecast, and continued to plant. So you can see a couple of pictures here from some of those flagged fields that we had with growers out and around. So again, bottom line, if you're thinking about planting into cooler conditions, whether it's early in the season in April or whether it's before a cold weather event coming on with some rain forecast, really important to choose that hybrid that has very strong early season vigor and emergence ratings. Possibly increase your population, maybe 5 or 10% to help compensate for some of those tougher conditions. And consult your local seed dealer for the right recommendation on your farm.